Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
Welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. For those tuning in on the radio dial at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com, we're glad that you all could be with us. Also, tuning in online around the world, thanks to our friends at iHeartRadio and Amazon Music Podcast. We're glad you all could be with us as well. This is part of our News You Can Use here at WYAD, and today we're talking about something that can help you with something I think all of us are either dealing with or we know someone is, and that is the financial stressors in our lives. And with everything that's going on right now, there are many people dealing with things that kind of have them wondering about not only their finances, but also how to be able to deal with things. One thing in particular that a lot of people are dealing with is overwhelming medical debt. Well, we're excited to welcome Discover personal loans expert Matt Lattman to our program today. He's going to help share some tips for you guys on how to help your family cover those unexpected medical expenses and where you guys can go for more information. Matt, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
Hi, thanks, Cyrus. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's such an important topic, so let's go ahead and start by addressing exactly how bad this can be. What are some of the negative ways, Matt, that medical debt can impact families?
Well, medical debt impacts families in any number of ways. And first, it's another expense. And we all know that there's way too many expenses right now. There's way too many increasing costs across the board. And so when something happens, families need to deal with that. And that might mean avoiding dining, avoiding vacations, but also saving for emergencies, saving for retirement and college. And we see this, we saw this in our survey that we did in July of this year to over 1,500 Americans that this is the way that families are having to deal, is make these difficult trade-offs. But even more concerning was that many people are actually avoiding getting the care they need in the first place. 50% of respondents said that they didn't go and see a specialist when they needed to. 40% said that they were sick and then put off going to the doctor. And so that's just a situation that, is hard to see, and something that, we want to make sure that people understand the options that are available so that they can get the care that they need.
And that care is definitely so important. So what are some options then, Matt, when it comes to dealing with medical debt?
Well, I think the first thing is understand what options your caregiver has, right? So they may be able to help with insurance filing. They may be able to offer a payment plan at very low or no interest, or offer a discount even. And those are all things that caregivers do, and you just have to kind of have that conversation and see what's an option. And I'd say the second thing is look at the total picture of your debt. So what are the other bills that you pay? What are the other interest expenses that you have, and kind of see if there's an opportunity that you can maybe consolidate some of that debt. Often a product like Discover Personal Loans offers, we do, loans for when you need something and you need to pay for something, but also to consolidate the debt that you already have. And often that both can show up in lower interest rates, more predictable payments, and a faster path out of debt.
Matt, it's interesting you bring up personal loans, because some people would automatically think, okay, I'm actually adding to the problem. But how can personal loans ease the burden when it comes to helping with medical care?
Yeah, so the first way is that if you need to have an expense now, so let's say you're waiting for an insurance situation to be resolved, and you need to pay for something and you need the cash, a personal loan is one way to do that. We don't charge any prepayment fees, so if you wind up settling everything and being able to pay off the loan pretty quickly, you can do that as well, and it's just an option to create some flexibility for people. The second is, again, people have other debt too. So if you can look at your whole picture and maybe get lower, consolidate into a lower rate, we'll actually pay your creditors directly if you so choose, and often that will result in lower monthly payments and a lower APR. So those are all options that can help you. If you're paying a little bit less each month, or you're paying what you can and you're making more of a dent towards that debt each month, then you're just going to be in a better situation.
I love that. The idea of consolidating and making it a whole lot simpler, I think, is really cool. Matt, before we let you go, any other financial tips you want to be able to share with our audience when it comes to dealing with debt in general?
Yeah, I think the biggest one, as you said in the intro, that this is creating a lot of stress for people, and I think that the best advice that I can give is remember to breathe. And there's a lot that we look at in banking and say, these aren't just money problems. These are people problems. These are real life problems. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychologist, but trying to find that time to breathe, to center yourself, so that you can have the space to tackle the problems is so important, because we see a lot of people just kind of putting it off, and that'll often make the problem worse. But you can check out a lot of additional tips. We have many articles, many facts on our website, discoverpersonalloans.com. We also you also can find out exactly what what a loan option might look like for you, either on the website or by calling one of our loan specialists. The number's on the website as well, and having a conversation with them as well.
Very important information, Matt, and so glad we have you here to discuss it with us. Again, everyone, Discover Personal Loans expert Matt Lattman has been our guest, sharing with you guys some great tips on how to be able to help you and your family cover those unexpected medical expenses. Again, that website that Matt mentions, we'll make sure that we link that up for our audience. And, Matt, it goes without saying, you're welcome back here anytime.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, and we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying, as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Now let's go make today amazing. Take care.